Hi yogis, thanks for joining me. I'm Alexandra and I'm going to be guiding you through today's Yoga Vinyasa flow. Today's practice is full of twists, and twists are some of my favourite postures because they are an amazing way to give a big boost of energy and release that happy feeling. So this is the perfect practice to do first thing in the morning or in the afternoon if you're feeling a little bit sluggish and like you need a pick-me-up. You don't need any props for this practice, but of course if you have them and you wish to use them, feel free to do so. And when you're ready, let's get started. So let's begin in a comfortable seated position. You can be cross-legged as I am, you can be sat on a block, a bolster, a cushion, you can even be kneeling. And then when you're ready, close down the eyes. And just begin to connect with yourself as you are in this moment. Allowing yourself to let go of any thoughts of where you should be, what else you should be doing. And allow yourself this time and space to be fully present. Bring your awareness to the base of the body and the contact you make with the mat beneath you. Feel that grounding support. And from that, allow the spine to grow nice and tall, each vertebra stacking one on top of the other. Draw the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. And then allow the crown of the head to reach towards the sky. From here, begin to draw the awareness towards the breath. Letting the breath flow in and out the nose. Allowing your breath to find its own natural smooth rhythm and tempo. I often find it helps for the first few rounds to count your inhales and exhales. Breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 4. Letting this rhythm of breath guide you for the rest of your practice. And as you find yourself beginning to arrive and settle, if it resonates with you, I invite you to set an intention for your practice. What is it that brings you here today? What is it that you'd like to manifest or cultivate? And then bringing your hands together at heart center, we'll seal our intentions together with one deep breath. Take an inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth side out. As you inhale, blink open the eyes. Reach the arms overhead. Bring your right hand behind you, your left hand to the right knee. As you inhale, find length in the spine, and as you exhale, twisting over to the right, gazing over the right shoulder, firmly rooting down through both sit bones, using your inhales to find length and create space, and your exhales to revolve into that twist a little bit more. Inhale, come back to center, sweep the arms overhead, and exhale, this time the left hand behind you, the right hand to the left knee. Inhale, grow tall through the spine, and exhale, twisting over to the left. Letting the neck be an extension of the spine, keeping that integrity through the body. Inhale, come back to center, and draw your hands down to the chest. Roll over your ankles and come find a tabletop position. So we're bringing our hands underneath the shoulders, the hips over the knees. Your toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever your preference in practice. And we'll move through a few rounds of cat-cows. So as you inhale, lower the belly, lift the chest, open the heart, gaze up at the ceiling. And as you exhale, push your hands into the mat, doming through the upper back, and tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, belly softens, belly lowers, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding through the upper back, draw the navel in towards the spine. One more time, inhaling, moving with the full length of the breath, and exhaling, moving with that breath. Come back to find your neutral spine, and tuck the toes under if they aren't already as we move into our downward facing dog. Press into the hands, press into the feet so much so that the knees hover away from the mat just a few inches. So you can really feel the inner thighs draw towards one another. You feel the activation of the core. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, shift the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. This is the first one of our practice. Allow it to be a soft one, bending the knees, moving into the body, just getting a sense of how the body feels, where there are any aches, pains, discomforts, where the body feels particularly good, loose, open. And then inhale, gaze to the top of the mat and slowly tippy-toe yourself all the way to the top, moving mindfully, slowly. There's no rush, there's no hurry. Bending the knees whenever you need, bringing the feet hip-width distance apart at the top of the mat. Bend the knees generously to allow the torso to rest upon the thigh. Take hold of opposite elbows and sway the body from side to side. Slowly, gently warming up the body, loosening the muscles around the spine, the head, the neck. And then release the hands down to the mat. Place the left hand at the center of the mat between the 2 feet. Then spiral the chest open as you reach the right arm up towards the sky. Finding a nice twist, bending the left knee. And then reaching as high as you can through that right arm. Exhale, hands down to mat. This time the right hand to the center. Bend the right knee, sweep the left arm up to the sky. Again, finding that twist, opening the body towards the left side. Exhale, hands down to mat, bend the knees. And slow as you can, begin to roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. And coming to your Tadasana standing. Heel toe the feet to touch so that the big toes are touching and there's a little gap between the heels. Bring your hands down by your side. And sway the body from side to side, forwards and backwards, just getting your center point. And then think about spreading the toes, grounding through all 4 corners of the feet, lifting up through the kneecaps, tucking the tailbone down and under. Draw the navel in towards the spine. The shoulders down the back, the crown of the head reaching to the sky. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, vertical twist to the right. Bring your right hand behind you, the left hand to the front. Gazing over the right thumb if you can. Keep your hips square to the front of the room. Inhale, hands overhead. And exhale, vertical twist to the left, gazing over the left hand. Really finding that broad stretch across the chest. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, folding hands to mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Bring your hands to the shins. And think about a pencil between the shoulder blades so that there's active upper back. As you exhale, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Coming to find our high plank. Just stay here for a few moments if you can. Option to lower the knees if you need a little bit more stability. Otherwise, really think about pushing the mat away, doming through the upper back and drawing the navel in towards the spine to fire up the core. Take one more breath wherever you are. And exhale, lower the knees, untuck the toes. Lower the body down to the mat in one straight line. Inhale, twisting cobra to the right. So gazing over the right shoulder, really feel the glutes, the thighs, the butt cheeks engaged. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, twisting cobra to the left, gazing over the left shoulder. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, traditional cobra, elbows hugging into the midline, tops of the feet pressing down into the mat. And exhale, child's pose. So it goes without saying that you can come rest here whenever you need a moment to pause. Even if I don't cue it, look after yourself, take rest when you need it. Inhale, shift forwards to tabletop. And exhale, downward facing dog. So thinking more about the foundations of our posture here. Spread your fingers as wide as you can and then gripping down through the finger pads. Spiral the outer armpits towards one another and then lift the tailbone up high to the sky. At the same time, we're energizing the heels down towards the back of the mat. Knowing it's okay if they don't quite reach. Inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands, followed by the left. Inhale, flat back, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, your hands together at heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, twisting right, one breath. Inhale, and exhale, twisting left. Inhale, arms reach overhead. And exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, this time the left foot goes back, followed by the right. Again, taking that pause in your high plank, option to lower the knees if you need. And thinking about finding that power, that real core stability through the body. Reaching the crown of the head to the front of the room, the heels towards the back of the room. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, lower the knees, untuck the toes. Lower the body all the way down to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, elbows hug into the midline. And exhale, this time straight back to your downward facing dog. So that is our modified vinyasa. Lower the knees and the body down to the mat. And feel free to take that whenever you need. And feel free to completely skip the vinyasa if today just doesn't feel like a day where you have the energy to do so. Inhale, left leg floats to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands, followed by the right. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, hands together at heart center. Close the eyes for a moment. Reconnecting with your intention if you set one. Inhale, bend the knees deeply. Come to your Utkatasana chair pose. So think about drawing the shins towards the back of the room, so the weight are really in the heels. And then sink the hips down a little bit lower. If this is too much in the shoulders, you can always cactus the arms or bring them to heart center in a prayer. I know this is a really tough posture, but we'll just be here for 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then vertical twist to the right. Sweep the right arm back, the left arm forwards. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale. And exhale, release hands to mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, step or float to the back of the mat. Option to lower the knees as we have been doing, or move through your high to low plank, your chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes, baby cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands. On an inhale, float the arms overhead, coming to your high lunge. So think about coming as high as you can onto the balls of the back foot to really switch on that back leg. And then drawing the navel in towards the spine, tucking the tailbone under. As you exhale, finding that twist. So this is a real challenge for the balance, so it's okay if you wobble or fall out. Really extending that right arm back, that left arm forward. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, warrior two. So grounding through the outer edge of that back foot, sinking deeply into that right knee. And think about expanding through the chest from fingertip to fingertip. And then bending a little bit deeper into that front leg, really nice work. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Sweep the arm up and back. So this is more of a side stretch than a back bend. Keeping your hand either on the back leg or looping it around onto the right thigh. Exhale, finding your side angle stretch. Sweep the right arm up and over. Let your right arm be lightly resting upon the right thigh. And then use your left arm to help you spiral that chest open a little bit more. Stay here for one more breath. And then inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, hands to mat. Step back, moving through your choice of vinyasa or skipping it. And we'll all meet together in our downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg floats to the sky. Exhale, step it between the hands, rising to your high lunge. So really scissor the inner thighs towards one another and switch on the outer glutes. Take an inhale, finding length in the posture. And as you exhale, twisting, gazing over that left finger. So remember, it's okay if you wobble, if you fall out. Every time you do so, you're building more strength. Inhale. And exhale, finding your warrior two. Grounding through the back edge of that foot. And finding either a heel to heel or a heel to arch alignment. Bending deeply into that left knee. And then soften the shoulders away from the ears. A lot of the time I see this. So just see if you can relax the arms a little bit more. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Remember reaching up and then back, finding that nice stretch and length through the body. And with that length, finding your side angle stretch, bringing the left elbow to the left thigh, sweeping the right arm up and over. And then finding and sensing this long line of energy from the right toes all the way to the right fingertips. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And exhale, curl the hands to frame the mat. Step back, moving through your vinyasa. We'll meet together in our downward facing dog. And then take 5 deep, nourishing breaths here. Always remember you can take rest in child's pose whenever you need. Amazing. So we're going to move through that one more time, one breath per movement. So inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, vertical twist right. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, vertical twist left. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float to the back of the mat, moving through your choice of vinyasa. Remember, it's your journey, your choice. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, step between the hands. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Exhale, vertical twist. Inhale, and exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse it. And exhale, hands to mat. Step it back, vinyasa. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, step it between the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, vertical twist. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, side angle stretch. Find that stretch. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, vinyasa. We'll all meet together in our downward facing dog. Really nice work, everyone. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, root to rise, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, your hands together at heart center. Close the eyes, and again, reconnect with that intention. And then take a big step out with your right foot. So we're in a wide-legged straddle. And then turn your toes out so the heels are in. We're coming into our goddess pose. Bend the knees so you sink the hips deeply. You can bring your hands to heart center. And close the eyes. So really focus on building some core strength here. And then bring your hands down to the knees. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, sink the right shoulder down, gazing over the left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, left shoulder down, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, right shoulder down. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder down. Inhale, come back to center, find your star posture. Bring your hands together at heart center. Turn the toes in this time. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, hinging from the hips, fold forward. Bring your hands down to the mat in front of you. If you have any blocks, you might need to rest your hands upon some bricks. And then inhale, find length. And exhale, fold as deep as you can. Really think about bringing the weight in towards the toes here. And feeling that stretch all the way through the back of the body, let the head and the neck relax. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, walk yourself to the back of the mat so you're framing the right foot, but this time we're facing the back of the mat. Lower the back knee down, shift the weight. So we're coming into a half splits. If you have blocks, you can prop your hands up into bricks here. Otherwise, think about trying to keep that chest nice and lifted, gazing beyond the toes so we're not rounding through the back. Rebend that front knee. Pick up the back toes and bring your hands inside that right foot So we're setting up for our lizard posture. So we're in a nice wide stance lunge. And then shift the weight forwards and backwards, just noticing where you feel the sensations. Options to stay here. Option to lower the back knee down. If you have the flexibility in the body, option to come down onto the elbows. Finding a position, a place that works for you and your body today. Knowing that that might well be very different to what it looked like yesterday, how it might look tomorrow. We'll stay here for 3 more breaths. And then from here, begin to shuffle that right foot over towards the left side of the mat. So we're setting up for our half pigeon here. The traditional alignment is getting that shin parallel with the front edge of the mat. And for many bodies, that's not possible in the hips. So it might be that you need to tuck that foot a little bit closer in towards the body. Now wherever you are, inhale, finding length through the spine. Take a deep breath here. And then exhale, folding forwards. And again, breathing into wherever you feel those sensations. And inhale, lifting yourself back up. Bring your weight in towards that right hip and sweep the left leg in front of you. I'm going to face you for this. So we've got the right sole of the foot inside the left leg. And then find yourself onto your sitting bones. So bring your hands behind you and lift up, broadening through the chest. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Twist the body over towards that left leg and fold forwards. And take hold of whatever you can. Your shins, your ankles, your toes. It's really not about how far you get. It's much more about how a posture feels than what a posture looks like. Really nice. And lift yourself back up. Come back onto that right hip. Step back to your high plank. An option to shift straight back to your downward facing dog or move through a vinyasa. Again, just honoring the body's needs in this moment. Letting go of what you feel you should or ought to be doing and listening to the intelligence, the guidance of the body. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Step or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, reach your right, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, your hands together at half center. This time, take a step out with the left foot. So you're coming back into that wide-legged straddle. Interlace the hands behind the small of the back. Draw the hands down towards the tailbone, lift the heart. And exhale, fold forward, bringing the hands over the head. Again, if you can, think about bringing the weight in towards the toes of the body, of the weight. And then breathing deeply. As you exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And this time, exhale yourself towards the top of the mat, framing the left foot. Lower the back knee down and find your half split, shifting the weight back. Again, seeing if you can keep that length through the back of the body. Keeping your hips square to the front of the room. One more breath. And then as you exhale, bring your hands in front of that left foot and inside of that left foot, sorry. Pick up the back toes and then shift the weight forwards and backwards into our lizard. Maybe noticing how one side feels very different to the other. And our bodies are asymmetrical. It's important that we recognize that and find acceptance in that also. From here, moving into the same variation that you took on the other side. And then from here, moving into our pigeon, shuffling that left foot over towards the right side of the mat. And again, maybe noticing how this side is more easy, more challenging than the other. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, folding forwards. And as the practice begins to slow down, it's natural for the mind to become a little bit more active and busy, thinking about the day ahead or the day you've just had, or what you want to eat. So just see if you can keep the practice of coming back to the breath, coming back to the physical sensations in the body, cultivating a habit of mindfulness. And inhale, lifting yourself back up. Again, shifting your weight onto that left hip. I'll come face you again, bringing that left sole of the foot inside the right thigh. Inhale, lift the chest, find length through the spine. Float the arms overhead, angle the torso over that right foot, and then fold forwards, taking hold again, whatever you can. It can be quite nice to close the eyes in these postures, really inviting the awareness inside, removing the external distractions. Inhale, lift yourself back up. Come to find your high plank and lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra, twisting right. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra, twisting left. Exhale, lower down. Come find your child's pose. Inhale, shift forwards to your tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or flip, coming to a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. Extend the legs out in front of you, bend the knees. Feet hip width distance apart. Reach the arms out in front of you, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, lower one vertebrae at a time. Moving mindfully, slowly, all the way down. Extending the arms overhead, take a full body stretch. Hug the knees into the chest, give yourself a big squeeze. And place your feet on the mat. Again, hip width distance apart. We'll move into two bridges. So pressing into the feet. If you have a block, it can be quite nice to place it between the legs here to really fire up the inner thighs. Otherwise, tilt the tailbone and peel away the low, the mid, the upper back. Option to stay here, really pressing into the feet, lifting the hips. Otherwise, shuffling the shoulders towards one another, interlace the hands, then using the shoulders to help you send the hips a little bit higher. Exhale, lowering yourself all the way down. Windshield wipe the legs from side to side. Releasing the low back. As we move into our second round, you always have the option to come into Supta Konasana, bringing the soles of the feet together, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Otherwise, place the feet flat on the floor. Tilt the tailbone, peel the body away from the mat. Again, option to stay here, or shuffle the shoulders towards one another, interlace the hands. And think about the chest wanting to kiss the chin, and the chin is resisting. So we create this little gap between the chin and the chest. Take one more breath. And exhale, lower yourself down. Again, windshield wipe the legs from side to side. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Keep the right leg extended, the left leg long. And then draw the right side over to the left. Extend the right arm out to the side. Coming into a supine twist. Inhale, come back to center, hug both knees in. Extend the right leg, keep the left leg hugged in. And then draw the left leg with the right hand over to the right, extend the left hand out. If you don't have space, you can always cactus your arm, bring it over your head. You can get quite a nice full body deep stretch there. Inhale, come back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Make yourself into a tiny little ball. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, Shavasana. Let your legs go long, let your arms go wide. And scan through the body, allowing each and every part to soften and relax. And then option to stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, mindfully, consciously wiggling your fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead, take a full body stretch. Hug the knees into the chest. And either roll over onto your side and bring yourself up that way, or rock forwards and backwards along the spine, bringing yourself to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed or closing them if by chance they open. Take a moment to once again find your intention. Bring your hands together at heart center. We'll close our practice with a collective breath together. Take a deep inhale, holding at the top for 3, for 2, for 1 side out. Thank you so much for joining in this practice with me today. Namaste. Amazing work, yogis. I hope to see you again soon.